And we're back. I think it feels appropriate to say we're back this time around.
Back.
I think.
Yeah.
Took a week off, unplanned. It is what it is. That's my bad.
The boys have recovered. The boys are no longer hungover.
The three listeners were furious. They're like, "What am I going to do? Do I have to re-listen to Casey Watson on our first episode? Is that what I have to do? I have to re-listen to that guy again?
Yeah, for that ginger. That ginger snap little princess.
That ginger snap. Yeah. He's a sweet treat if I've ever seen one.
He's a sweet boy, a sweet treat.
But yeah, I was in Chicago, seeing the boys.
Hell yeah!
I came down with a horrible sickness. We all got sick. And,
do you think you had one of the many horrible illnesses going around? Apparently,
yeah. Just pick your fucking poison. I think it might have been bird flu. I think that's what got me. I couldn't stop shitting. I don't know. I was trying to think of something funny with bird flu. Nah, it was mostly just like I just felt like I was dying. Like I was just fucking like exhausted. Like I don't know. I was also violently hungover. I haven't been that fucked up since the last time I was in Chicago. I kept saying
I feel like
that.
Every time I go to the Midwest, they're like, "What if we drank all day, all the time?"
Yeah. What if all we did was drink?
What if we just constantly drank the whole time and then maybe did a little bit of stuff later on?
I remember like going to Miami in college for spring break, and like the Miami people we met were just so confused by it's like, oh, like you guys want to go to the club, want to go to like maybe hang out at the bar?
Yeah.
It's like, no, we're just gonna sit at the Airbnb and
drink.
And they're like, what do you mean you're just gonna sit and drink? I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, you know, we talk, we like hanging out, and we're gonna get fucked up in our house. What is that so weird? I don't understand.
Well, dude, it also, like, I don't know, you want to play games, you don't want to play Hammerschlagen, you don't want to play quarters, you don't want to play anything, you just want to hang, you just want to go to the club and dance with French guys. What, you fucking idiot.
And just not talk to each other, just scream over house music for fucking 4 hours, pay $100 for a cocktail. Like, no, I'm going to buy a case of White Claws and drink all of them with my friends.
Yeah. That sounds way. I mean, honestly, dude, being here, the only saving grace is there's no sales tax. And I gotta tell you, that does help. That does help a lot.
Why aren't we saving like what, like $2 every transaction or something like that? Like, what are we talking here?
Well, yeah, but like also this place is so close to California. Like weed is so cheap here. I get if I buy a pre-roll, guess how much money it is?
$10.
$2.
$2 for
$2
pre-roll
sales tax.
Wow,
that's
pretty good.
Dispensary 2 blocks away with a sign saying $2 pre-rolls, and I've gone in there twice. Both times they're like, yeah, $4, something like that. No sales tax. It's great. Well. The stand-up community is fucking garbage, but the weed community has come through.
The weed community is pretty good, and there is some overlap. I'm sure.
Yeah, but, probably. Yeah, I was talking to a guy on Sunday, and I was thinking about trying to get him a job because, like, in my head, because like where I work, it's like every time you help someone get a job, you get money. So I just thought that's how it was like everywhere. Mm-hmm. So. That's not the case, but I tried hooking someone else with like a job with like a friend back in Maine. Did not work out at all.
Really? Didn't pan out?
No. Well, just like I like met someone who's like, my dream, I'd love to be like a stewardess on an airplane. And I was like, oh, I know someone who does that shit. And then I like texted them and I was like, oh yeah, like I assume you get like a bonus or whatever. And they're like, no, I don't. And I was like, oh, well, fuck them. Who cares?
Yeah. Then why help anyone with anything?
I mean,
I want to cut. I want to slice. Why? Yeah. Why would I help? Why would I fill out a greenhouse application if I'm not getting paid?
But then, like I met a guy in open mic, and I was like, "What?" He was like, "What do you do for work?" And I told him, and I was like, "What do you do for work?" He's like, "I just got fired." And I was like, "Oh, well, you know,
what did you do for
do you
work?
Do you want to work a terrible customer service job for $16 an hour?" And
that is a tough job. We won't say what company it is, but because it's like you're not able to help with anything. You literally cannot fix anything.
Not at all.
You're just like the sin eater for a company, just getting screamed at. And that's the same with like airport, like with like, you know, a flight gets delayed, like you're just basically just a fucking sacrificial lamb standing at the fucking kiosk getting screamed at by furious people.
Yeah.
Like there's literally nothing you can do about it. You know, it's like, what do you want me to do? The plane's not here. Like I can't make the plane fucking appear. So,
I mean, I feel like
shout out to all the customer service workers.
You just gotta have fun. Like my buddy Zach used to work at he worked at a parking garage at a hospital, and then customers would come up and be like, "Hey, like the gate's broken," or like this issue is happening, or whatever. And he would just like there was like a little like a box with all the wires or whatever, and like all these levers. You just like he'd go, "All right, 1 second," and he'd like walk over and then like rip open the thing and then just start pulling levers, and he had no idea what they did, and he'd be like, "I got you, man," and then would just let him out. You're just having fun. You just gotta have fun.
Yeah, just gotta have fun. I think if I had to work at the airport as one of those people, I would just say like the plane's never coming. This is where you live now. Like gather the materials, set up camp at the airport. This is your new home. Figure it out because you're not getting on the plane. Is that what you want to hear? Yeah. Fucking open up shop. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You live in Phoenix now. You're not going home ever.
Well, I feel like there's like a movie about that. I think Tom Hanks has a movie where he's like in an airport, but he's like no longer a citizen of any country, so he just lives in the airport. But that sounds fun. That honestly does not sound that bad.
My Life a Movie. Yeah. Just steal from the Hudson News every fucking day. Get a hummus tray. It's not bad. There's nutrients.
It's not bad.
You know, you're not going to be in a food desert at the airport, I guess.
That's right.
You go.
No, go ahead. You got it.
No, just flying, man. Flying these days it's truly fucking terrifying, and like, because because of that thing that keeps happening now, all of a sudden that happens constantly that we just can't do anything about. I guess.
Yeah, all the crashes just for some reason are happening
just suddenly. I don't remember it happening this much, and.
Well, we remember saying that federal jobs, and then all of a sudden, these things are. It's the craziest coincidence.
It's really weird. It's weird.
It's so crazy. I don't understand it at all. I hope we have a pale South African man to figure this out for us.
But like fucking. And I remember like saying to someone like I'm scared to fly, and they were like, "Well, like the odds are pretty low that you'll like." Crash, and it's like, well, I would like for them to be zero. Well, I would like the odds to be zero, please. Like
they did seem to be zero, and then like, yeah, dude, I have to fly back in like April. Like I genuinely don't know if I want to fly back. Like it's not like it's happening all the time, but like it's fucking happening.
Right. And they say like, oh, driving in a car, like the odds of that are more likely, but it's like, well, at least like I'm the one driving. You know what I mean? And it's like
at least it's on me.
You crash a car, it's like, the odds are like pretty. I mean, depending on how fast you're going, like you might make it, but like the second the plane leaves the ground, if something goes wrong, you're fucking dead. Like that's it. Like it's like I don't know if that makes sense, but like just the margin for error is, and it's just some guy. I'm just putting my life in some fucking guy's hands.
Overworked.
This is just
some
guy.
Overworked piece of shit. Yeah, no, dude, it sucks, and it's like I don't know. I can't tell you the last time I heard about it, like a train crash. I might just take a train back. I might just cancel my flight.
Not a bad idea.
And just take a train back with all my clothes and my fucking cat's ashes.
Oh,
yeah. Rip. No, she's dead. Remember that?
Yeah, hey, I do remember that.
To frequent listeners, my cat is dead.
It's still dead. It did not get reanimated.
Yeah. Oh, I almost joined the ACLU on the way home earlier today. I almost became a hero, but it didn't happen.
What stopped you?
So we were walking by a farmer's market, and this guy was like, "Hey, do you want to sign up for the ACLU. We stop bad stuff. We stopped that. And then I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then I like filled out my info. And then he was like, now we need your credit card info. And I was like, do I have to put my credit card info on like, because his phone was like scuffed up. I was like, this is your cell phone. It's like, is there any way I can like go home later and just like sign up then? And he was like, I get that, but no. I was
what do you mean you get that? What do you mean he gets it?
Well,
like, I get it. What? I look like I'm going to steal from you. I understand.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, he definitely looked like too much of like a cherub to like steal from me. Like, I don't think he wanted to steal from me. It was like, I would prefer it if I'm putting my credit card info not on your phone. Like, he was clearly like, your phone. This is your phone. And then he was like, no, you can't sign up later, give me credit. And I was like, all right, whatever. Like, I'll sign up. And then I went to go sign, and then it like the page refreshed or something. And then he was like, do you mind putting all of your info in all over again? And I was like, no, I'm not going to fucking do that. And then, so yeah, I almost became like an angel, but you know, now I gotta,
but then you had to fill out paperwork. I had to fill out a form again. I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'll just be a bug man again. Going back to my bug cave.
I guess I'll just go back to not being helpful at all.
Yeah.
No, I'll probably do it, but it's like, I mean, come on, man. Just get a tablet. Just get like an iPad to put all this info in.
What are you paying for? Like, is like you pay $5 a month to feel like a hero? I don't understand.
No. So it's the ACLU. Like, they take the money to like challenge all of the political actions that are going on right now, which like, I mean, I don't know, like maybe it won't go to anything. I don't know. But all I know is that what it seems like right now is that the courts are the only thing doing, and I don't fucking know. I don't fucking understand politics. I was just like, I've been on a couch for 7 days. I'll do something. I'll do anything to feel like I'm doing something.
This is confidently wrong, man. I don't fucking
wrong.
Anything. I don't fucking know shit about anything.
I don't fucking know shit about shit. I did watch Paddington last week though.
The Bear?
Eye-opening. Yeah.
Yeah. What revelations did you have from Paddington Bear?
Have you ever seen Paddington the Bear?
I've not.
The movies?
I've not seen Paddington. So, I've not seen Paddington the Bear.
Okay. Well, you should change that. It's a pretty good movie. But it's like a bear that travels from Peru to live in Britain, and he finds a family, and really he finds a home, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Wait, Paddington's Peruvian?
Yeah, he's a bear from Peru. But it's weird.
So like British.
No. He becomes British. But that's the thing is that I watched the movies and was like, this seems like a metaphor for like immigration, because so Paddington, he grows up, his I think his aunt and his uncle raise him, and they keep telling him like, we met an explorer from Britain. He seems awesome. He gave us marmalade. We have to go back there someday. And then there's a flood in their like forest home, and he's like, I'm gonna go to Peru. His aunt's like, I'm gonna chill here. His uncle dies, and then but then so anyway, so he gets there, he meets a family. They're like, we're gonna find you a permanent home, but you can stay here for now. And then he's like, all right, cool, like I love you guys. And but the like antagonist of the movie is Nicole Kidman, who looking pretty good, but she's like, I gotta kill this fucking bear and like stuff him and put him in my museum. And there's another guy who's like, she's like his assistant bad guy or whatever, but then like he ends up having a crisis of consciousness. But it's just crazy because he's like, yeah, you know, I don't like that these bears moved into the neighborhood. And then she's like, well, that's how it starts. First there's one bear, then there's more bears, then all of a sudden your whole neighborhood's filled with bears. And I was like, this feels racist. This feels like a race thing. And she's like, I'm gonna kill him and stuff him. And he's like, well, I don't want to kill the bears, I just don't want him in my neighborhood. And I was like, you guys are racist. But it's weird to have that in a children's movie, you know?
Yeah. But wait, so Paddington's a real bear?
Paddington is a real bear who can speak English.
Damn. Does it have an accent
No,
when he moves to?
No, and that's the other weird thing where it's like it's not a big deal, but so he's from Peru and they're making the third movie and it's called Paddington Goes to Peru, which is great for him, good for him. But they in conversation they keep referring to it as darkest Peru, which is it's one of those things where it's like I can't pinpoint why this is wrong, but it feels weird, you know?
Yeah.
Where he's like I'm an explorer. I've been to darkest Peru, and then Paddington's like, I just came over from darkest Peru. It just feels weird.
The third one, he gets deported. Paddington gets deported.
I don't think he gets deported, but he's going back to his homeland of Peru.
Forcibly.
You know what? I'll have to go see the movie and tell you.
I guess we'll have to go see. Comes out in a few months. Maybe. I don't know. But hey.
No, it's out right now. I'm seeing it next week.
Oh, okay. You got tickets already.
Yep. I just got to see Paddington 2 before that, but I'll get caught up.
Some local Portland news. There was like a huge drug bust the other day.
Really?
Yeah, I was like walking down Congress Street and saw like a ton of like militarized police. Ooh. And I was like, holy fuck, like what the fuck's going on? And like everyone thought it was like an ICE raid or some shit like that. But it turns out there was like a drug dealer selling like fucking like fentanyl out of this fucking apartment and shit. And so like I was wondering like, damn, what like sophisticated operation led to this arrest? Like was there like an undercover cop that like bought drugs and then sent in the guys? Like did they like tap their phones and like overheard like a drug deal? Like how did they crack the case? How did they figure this out? But it turns out like for a year people were just outside of this guy's apartment going like, Bruce, I need to pick up a Bruce, come on. Like, and people were calling the police like, hey, there's just people outside screaming for this guy, Bruce, every day. They're clearly on drugs. Like someone died in the alley next to it. Like, can we please like figure this out? And then for a year goes by and then they get him. It's like, damn, the boys in blue did it once again.
Yeah. Like, justice never sleeps.
I could have picked him up and taken him in after a month. Like, what do you needed a year? For literally a year, people are just screaming outside of this guy's apartment.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of penalties he's facing.
I'm sure he's in hot water.
I think so. Well, because I remember when I was in Denver, we used the services of an associate who then went to jail, and then my friends that I was like, "Could you believe that Bliss went to jail?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And they're like, "We've been writing letters to the governor to get him released." I was like, why?
His name's Bliss, okay?
Yeah, his name's Bliss. He was a nice guy. His nose ran the whole time we talked. He had the runniest nose I've ever seen of any person ever. It was like constantly just like, all right.
Oh God!
It's just shit like that.
Really funny about like a fucking like a guy like weighing out drugs and behaving like a kindergartner, you know, like fucking like smearing boogers all over his clothes. He's like, all right, that'll be $40 for an 8, please.
And then he was like, oh, you really got to test your stuff, make sure it's okay. And he was like, I'll test it with you right now. And it was just like watching him do like arts and crafts in like kindergarten. He was like, you put a little bit in here. You squirt a little bit of this.
I wonder how many like ODs have happened because someone's like, "Hey man, you got to test your drugs. Be sure to test your drugs." The guy's like, "All right, it's good to me. Test completed."
Well, dude,
and then he dies.
That shit gets. I knew a girl in college who her brother like literally went to prison for. They put him in prison for selling cocaine. But what happened was an undercover cop came up to him at a music festival and was like, hey, can you help me find cocaine? And he was like, sure, man. Yeah, totally. And then just like walked him around, found a coke dealer, was like, hey, this guy will sell you cocaine. And he was like, all right, you're under arrest. And then like arrested him. It was literally, he went to jail for 3 years for being a good guy.
Just being helpful?
Just being like, yeah, man, I'll help you out, you fucking freak.
Did they get the dealer too, or just him?
I mean, I'm sure they got the dealer too, but it's like, why would you get the guy who's just like, hey, can you help me find drugs? And he's like, sure, I guess, yeah.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah,
God.
I mean, sometimes having a good attitude puts you in prison. Now he sells windows. That's all he does.
Well, he's doing all right, I guess.
I mean, I guess. How many windows does one man need?
Yeah. Did you know? Here's something I was thinking about. Like apparently, like if you plan on like murdering your spouse, like if you want to murder your spouse, this is a weird transition that we're getting into here. But like if you plan it out, like it's premeditated, like you have a whole plan and you execute it, like you're getting like the maximum penalty, like full time. But then if you come home and like catch your spouse cheating on you and you just freak out and kill them, they go easy on you. It's a crime of passion, and they go easier on you. I don't know. You should go easy on the premeditated guy, if you ask me. That's a guy with a plan. Give him a job. You know what I mean? He's just a little misguided.
It's guy with
that's passion. Ethic. That's a whole plan right there. You know, like I don't know. That's just a bit. We're just doing bits.
I wasn't gonna say it. I was like, all right.
I just saw that shit-eating grin on your face. Like, oh, Chris is doing bits. Folks, why don't you write in if there's anything there?
Yeah,
folks, is there
something there? That's a bit. Chris is working on.
But you know, I mean, hey, if anyone understands freaking out and murdering your spouse, it's the police.
Yeah, that's true. I had I had another crime thing that I'm blanking on.
Well, hey, have you guys seen this documentary on Hulu about this lady that they call Scamanda? Like Scamanda. Scamanda.
No, I haven't seen it.
No. You guys haven't heard about this?
No. What's her deal?
Scamanda.
So this lady essentially faked having cancer over several years in order to like siphon funds from people and her church who thought she was going through this rigorous like cancer like journey. She had a blog, everything. Yeah, it's good.
That's crazy.
I want to see the blog. Like, she like shaves her own head and shit.
There was like a woman who did that with 9/11, where she was like, "Oh man, 9/11 was so fucked up," and they're like, they looked into it, and they're like, "You weren't there at 9/11, you fucking dumbass." And then she had to admit that she was not. I guess in hindsight, it's kind of like, all right, sure, yeah, she wasn't at 9/11.
Right. Well, yeah, like I mean, fucking 10 million people live in New York. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, she was like, was her claim like, "Oh, I was in the city when it happened"? Like, what was she trying to get?
I think her claim was like, "I was in the World Trade Center," and then they're like, "You weren't in the World Trade Center." And it's like, all right,
yeah, you got me. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, like she was just like in Seattle or something. It's like very easily provable. She's like never once lived in New York.
Yeah, but I like the idea of it being like just fucking, like playing liar's dice or something where you're like, yeah, no, you're right, I'm lying.
Yeah, you got me. Me.
I went at 9/11.
Speech check failed.
Yeah,
I gotta up my speech points. I failed the speech check.
All right. Do we have a picture of this cancer lying woman?
Yeah. Can we?
Let me pull this up.
Garrett, can you pull up this Scamanda?
Show us this liar.
Yeah,
I like Scamanda because
Scamanda's a good name. I like that.
That is a good name. Because I would go like, she looks like that's
exactly what you think that she would look like.
Well, and she would take these pictures of her like in the hospital with all the stuff attached to her.
Did she put like Band-Aids on headphones and just set them on her chest? Like, oh, I'm on an EKG.
Well, so what they deduced was that she would go in, she would like schedule appointments to be seen. Mm-hmm. She'd go in there and like in the time where the doctor wasn't in the room with her, she would just start attaching shit to herself.
Oh, yeah, that can be a long time.
So,
damn. It's just like holding up a phone, like she's got like showing up to the hospital with a selfie stick. Like, it's great.
Jesus
content.
Christ!
I've been seeing. There's like a comic. I won't say where they're from or anything, but like, and I feel kind of mean. Like, I'm not trying to talk shit about this guy, but it's like this guy, he wants to be a comedian. He's not very funny, but now like he's just he's got like his whole social. Well, I'm talking shit because this guy has his whole web presence is just Crohn's disease. He's just got Crohn's. He just can't stop shitting out of his ass, and he's like using that like just like it's like content. Like, hey guys, look at me getting a disease to fix my broken ass. It's just like, I don't know, man. Like, does everything need to be documented? Like, I understand, like, you need to go fund me. I get that. Like, I did donate it to. I didn't donate to it. I will donate to it after this podcast because I feel bad. I'll donate. Yeah. Donate all you want, but like we don't need like videos and like fucking like it's just like it just feels weird. Like that'd be like like I'm like documenting every day that I'm hanging out at the hospital when like my mom died or something. I'm like oh hey day 2, like what's gonna happen? Like it's just I don't you know what I mean? Like it feels shitty to say, but like I don't know. Like we had there's someone
I get it. I mean I feel like it's it is weird to just like if you're going to constantly document like a tragedy, it should be like for some goal of like getting money that you need or something. Like I agree with you.
Yeah, it's just like kind of like you get diagnosed with like a horrible disease, like I'm gonna get like 2 years of content out of this,
Yeah. Well, do you remember like Caitlin Ohashi, that gymnast?
No.
Oh, well, I think she was in like one of the Olympics or whatever, but just like a gymnast from like I think like California or something. But then I think she was in one of the Olympics. I don't remember how she did. I just remember like seeing like news stories about her. But then after that, they're like, "Did you know that she is a disease?" And then the disease was just like she is more calcium than other people, or like something. It was just like a made up like bullshit. Not bullshit, but being like not a disease that was like debilitating you this entire time, and then being like, remember her? She is a disease.
Well, like there's a bunch of people in a boardroom, like, oh, this content, that's some content right there. Oh, yep,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, they were trying to, and I think like they interviewed her, and then she was just like, yeah, it hasn't really affected my gymnastics.
I'm in the Olympics. I am in the Olympics, like. Granola annulare.
Yeah, damn. She has to eat granola every day.
She's got granola bars growing out of her armpits. I'm supposed to feel bad for her.
Yeah, what does that even do? What even is it?
Well, it's just like it's. I don't feel bad for you. You're in the fucking Olympics.
Like, yeah, you're doing fine.
You're doing great.
It says that it may be itchy or uncomfortable.
Okay, yeah, that'd be like if like, hey, I do a podcast with no viewers and I'm itchy the whole time. Fuck off. Who cares?
Who gives a shit?
Who fucking gives a shit, dude?
No, but I hope you feel better. I'm not mad at her. Yeah, I'm mad at
better,
like, NBC. NBC is the people doing this. You know what I mean? It's not. That's her. Right.
It's NBC. First they made 30 Rock. Now they're fucking over gymnasts.
Yeah. The now bad channel, NBC.
That's right.
They're bad now.
Yeah.
This is a good time to point out that this is the first episode to be sponsored by NBC. So thank you to our sponsors.
Actually, I love NBC. I think Hillary Clinton is actually hot if I think about it. If I really think about it. If I really think about the abstract, if I really, really, really think about it.
She used to be kind of a babe, I think. I don't think that's a hot take.
Ooh. Speaking of babes, I think we are going to move into our next segment.
Ooh.
Or our first segment, I should say.
Oh, yeah. Is it time for some fucking babes?
It's a good transition.
Pat, did your babe just bring you a drink? Did that happen?
No, she brought me a waffle.
Oh, that's very sweet. It's fucking waffle time. it's fuck, marry, kill time. It's waffles and fuck, marry, kill. Cryptid edition. Thank you so much to our listener, Savannah, for this topic. We love you.
Thank you, Savannah.
Yeah, so we had a listener chime in and say that we should do this. So I scrounged around the internet for some of the finest cryptid information. And we're going to have you guys do a little bit of fuck, marry, kill. with some of the best and brightest out there in cryptid land.
So you've mentioned that you've gathered some information. So are we presented each cryptid and get the full details of their attributes and traits, and then we decide if we want to fuck them, marry them, or kill them? Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah. So how this is going to work is I'm going to present to you in several rounds 3 of the finest cryptids out there. I'll have a little bit to say about each of them. Some of them are kind of self-explanatory. There is a picture involved. Most
I gotta
of them
see what I'm fucking marrying or killing.
Right,
I gotta
right.
see it.
And then after we've gone through the 3, there's another page that will show all 3 of them next to each other so that you can really get an idea of who you want to be spending the rest of your life with, or who do you want to kill.
Or
all right,
fuck.
so or that. Yeah, that's the third option here. All right, so here we go. Round 1. First up, we got the Loch Ness Monster. So this is a classic monster. This is open to interpretation because I think a lot of people think it's this like long-necked dinosaur thing. Who even knows? But this is the picture we're going with. Mm-hmm. We've got the Snallygaster. So for our listeners who don't have the visuals here, Pat, could you describe what you're seeing right here?
It's essentially a small winged creature holding a barrel, but their mouth looks like they could do something pretty crazy, if I'm being honest. There's a lot of tongue stripping out of it. And then a long tail, which...
Brother, we're on the same page. I was looking at that. This literally looks like a sentient sex toy. So
apparently the Snallygaster...
Right, I don't know if we're on the same page.
No, we agree. It does look like a sentient fuck toy. No, we agree.
One eye, by the way.
This is the official opinion of the cast. Yeah. So this is a mythical, believe it or not, mythical winged bird reptile hybrid that is said to live in Maryland. And it's...
Yeah, what's up, guys? It's a fucking Snallygaster, dude.
Its whole thing apparently is attacking children and poultry.
Same here, boy.
Yeah, get those fucking kids away from me, dude.
All right, and then our last option is the Wendigo.
Scary.
Which, mythological being from Algonquin folklore.
Mm-hmm. Algonquin,
yes.
It's a cannibal.
Yep, cannibalistic monster. So here are our 3.
Well, I'll go first because I think we all know that I'm gonna fuck the Snallygaster. I want that to give me the fucking just fucking slurp my shit up, dog. That thing's gonna give me the blowjob of my fucking life. I think we all know that. I would marry the Loch Ness Monster. I would love to be with a sweet Scottish gal of the water. I love being by the water. Being by the water makes me happy. I imagine a Shape of Water style relationship with the Loch Ness Monster. We would fall deeply in love and have beautiful reptile children with long necks and sweet Scottish accents. And I'm gonna kill that fucking Wendigo. I don't like it. That's scary. It's a scary little monster, and it will die. So yeah. So to recap, fuck the Snallygaster, marry the Loch Ness Monster, and we're killing the Wendigo. What do you think, Pat?
Very similar, but I'm going to pivot a little bit. I am going to kill the Snallygaster. I don't judge its past, but I don't like it. I am going to kill it. I am going to fuck the Wendigo. I think they have a story to tell, and I am going to marry the Loch Ness Monster because I do think I could learn a lot from it.
Wow.
That was great.
Wow.
I agree.
All right.
Well, I don't agree, but you know.
Oh. Well. There are no wrong answers.
That's right.
All right. So let's do round 2. So this round is going to be, I think, a little easier. These are some of our more human cryptids. So the first one, we've got the skunk ape.
Okay. We hang out with different humans.
So this is a Bigfoot type cryptid who lives down in Florida, often called the cousin of Bigfoot.
So is it just Bigfoot but really stinky?
Yeah, it's just a very Floridian Bigfoot, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
it's just a racist Bigfoot.
Right. It's got a crippling addiction to Xanny.
Don't we all?
So our next one here is the Dover Demon.
Okay.
So this is like a very alien. Yes. Oh, yes. I think it walks like this too. This is maybe how it presents itself to unsuspecting humans, but it's a alien type thing from Massachusetts, Dover, Massachusetts.
Okay.
As you can see, it looks like your typical Boston Red Sox fan.
It's true. Smoke cigs.
Just red eyes.
That's right. And then our last one is the Pukwudgie, who is he's a Native American folklore inspired cryptid, 2 to 3 feet tall. And as you can see, he carries around a nice shiv there.
Okay.
These are our combatants, or our options for today. They're fighting for your love.
Okay.
What do you think, Pat? You go first.
I think I'm gonna kill the skunk ape. Just don't want to have to deal with all that. I think I'm gonna marry the Dover demon. Very seductive. It's won me over, essentially. And then I'm gonna kill the Pukwudgie, I believe it's called. Or no, wait, yes. I'm gonna marry the Dover demon. Fuck the Pukwudgie.
May I ask why you've flipped?
Because I want the skunk ape just kind of out of the picture, if I'm being honest. Not attracted to it at all. The Dover demon, I think, since it's from Dover, I think we could have some in common. We could smoke cigarettes together. We could drink light beer together. The Pukwudgie is just not opening itself up to like romance at all with the shiv in its hand. And I think I'm just gonna tap once and then just go.
Nice. What about you, Chris?
I definitely do want to fuck the Pukwudgie. I want to the knife. It introduces an element of danger that I find very hot. I would love the Pukwudgie to ride me doggy or cowgirl style while rubbing the knife like it's about to stab me. I think that'd be kind of hot. I'm hard right now just talking about it.
It's interesting. It's interesting that you bring that up because I do remember. I recall a conversation with you, myself, and another friend where you were both saying that you thought the idea of a woman dragging a sharp knife across your chest was attractive, and I said not at all. And then you both said yes, very attractive. The idea of a woman about to stab you.
Well, it was in jest. I think it was it was in jest. I think if a girl literally took out a knife, I would be but in the theater of the mind, kind of hot. I don't know why. I'm like Ralph from The Sopranos. Like
fair enough.
Put a gun to my head. Fucking shoot it in the air. Okay. So I'm getting a little off track here, but I did see a video of like an actual like relationship argument with a girl filming herself in an apartment. And I guess her man like fucked some other girl or something, and she's in the apartment shooting the gun inside of the apartment. Like, no, you're with me. You're with me. You got that? And like, part of me was like, that's hot. that's pretty hot.
Hey, you got to go talk to somebody.
Anyway, yeah. So, fuck the Pukwudgie. What's it? Okay. The Pudgy-wudgie.
The Pukwudgie, I think, right?
The Pukwudgie. So yeah. So fuck the Pukwudgie. I'm gonna kill the Dover demon. He's from Boston. Just
right. Well, Dover, but
I don't know. Dover, yeah, the Dover demon. Well, yeah. So the Dover demon dude. Yeah, he's just okay. So he's not. He's just I'm fuck him, and I'm gonna marry the skunk ape. Florida type. We make fun of Florida a lot, but people from Florida are pretty cool.
We have fun around here, folks.
Hey guys, we all joke around, but people from Florida, they're fun. They're fun. They also like to shoot guns in the air. I enjoy doing that. So yeah, that's my final answer.
Actually, hold on. Is there another round, Garrett?
Oh, there's 2 more rounds.
Okay. Because I had a question, but I want to save it till after all the rounds. Let's push on.
All right. Round 3. Our first option here is the Beast of Bray Road. So this is a Wisconsin native right here.
Damn, really?
Yeah, Beast of Bray Road.
Where's Bray Road?
Wisconsin. I think it's like towards the Illinois border, like over on the Milwaukee side.
Good. Fuck Milwaukee and fuck Illinois.
But Michigan also has a version of this called the Dog Man, so he gets around. Then we have the Bat Squatch. So this one was new to me. It was new to me, but I knew I had to include it.
Muscular.
Now, believe it or not, this is an artist's interpretation of what this Bat Squatch might look like.
So these are all artist interpretations.
Yeah, I like how it's like my interpretation. He has a shaved chest and abdomen, and he has fucking cum gutter abs for sure. That's my interpretation.
That's my interpretation. Yeah. Mine's really fat.
Ooh, Mothman.
And then we have the Mothman. So the Mothman's our third option here. We all know the Mothman.
Mothman,
West Virginia. Do we need a refresher on the Mothman? Cute. I don't want to hype him up too much. So
can you refresh me on the Mothman?
Yeah, so the
Refresh me on the Mothman.
Okay, all right. So over in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, a bunch of people just started seeing this thing, like flying around, hanging out on this bridge that was over there. This was a long time ago. And then like shortly after all these sightings happened, the bridge that they saw him like perched on just collapsed. It was this big like disaster, biggest disaster in Point Pleasant in a long time. So they attributed it to the fact that the Mothman was there. They're like, oh, he was trying to warn us. He was flying around and being a complete menace for 3 days because he was trying to tell us, don't go on that bridge.
Also, for what it's worth, I do believe there's a military base very close by to there.
There is.
Interesting.
There is. Vaguely associated, yes.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to marry the Mothman. I like that they care about other people. They want to keep people safe. They want to make sure that they're not in danger. I also would like to marry someone that is absolutely a government program. I want to infiltrate, and I want to know what these motherfuckers are up to, what they got planned. Sounds like they're testing military technology, and I want to be on the inside. I want to maybe put a stop to it, be a revolutionary hero.
This doesn't sound like it's about the Mothman anymore.
No, it's more about me.
The Mothman
I want to save the world, but the Mothman, the Mothman will basically be. I'm a honeypot for the Mothman. Basically, I will infiltrate it and fuck it, or marry, loving fucking relationship. I would fuck the Bat Squatch. I think what it would do is, you know how eagles fuck, where like they fly up in the air and then they like fucking like dive bomb down. I think I can envision the Bat Squatch grabbing me and flying me up into the air while penetrating me and then dive bombing down. And as soon as we hit the water, we both come. I think that would be pretty hot. And I'm going to kill the Beast of Bray Road because I also think that would serve. I'll get some brownie points from the Wisconsinites. I think I would be a local legend for finally killing the Beast of Bray Road that's been oppressing them for so long. So a lot of this is about me and my own selfish interests. But, you know, why else do we fucking marry and kill things? You know, it's kind of all about us at the end of the day, right?
It's true. I'm actually doing the same choices, but for different reasons. The Beast of Bray Road, I just want that dead from seeing it. I want it gone. I don't like how it's holding its front legs. I don't like how they're bending that way. I want it dead. I want it eradicated. I want it set on fire. I want it buried. But to me, it seems like the Mothman and the Bat Squatch are just sort of two versions of the same type of creature, and I feel like the Mothman could be like a bit more gentle, like a bit more loving, like a bit more understanding. I think we could build a relationship where like the Bat Squatch to me just kind of seems like a Mothman that's like just did like a really bad bit in prison or something, and so like I feel like it could just really go to town just for one night, but I feel like emotionally it just isn't there. So I'd fuck the Bat Squatch just once and then honestly just go back home to Mothman.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. I almost said that that's true. Like that's a true fact right there.
That's the truth. They're all real, and that's true.
Mothman might be real. That is the one that I'm like, maybe.
Round 4. The final round.
Round 4. Baby. Let's do it.
All right, here we go. First up, we got the Wampus cat.
Okay.
So
too many legs, it seems like.
Yes. So the Wampus cat's whole thing is it's just a mountain lion, but it has extra arms.
Oh. To do jazz hands, it looks like.
Apparently. Apparently. Then we got a skinwalker.
Okay. I have a feeling which category this one's going in immediately.
I'm killing that thing. No suspense. No anticipation. I'm killing that thing with a gun.
And then our last one is the lizard man.
Well, hang on.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Pat?
Yeah. I apparently did not put I did not have a slide here with all 3 of them, so you're just gonna have to go off.
Immediately I know that the skinwalker is getting executed by the state pretty much immediately. It's gonna be in Washington D.C. in front of the White House. They are getting shot in the head. I don't want that thing around anymore. So it's really just for me. It's all between like, do I marry the Wampus cat or do I marry the lizard thing, the lizard man? I'm gonna marry the lizard man. I think his posture I think this was a bad picture of him. I think he can really look a lot better in other pictures. I'm gonna marry him. I'm gonna love him. I'm gonna cherish him, and I'm gonna fuck the Wampus cat one time.
I think we're on the same page here. Actually, I will brutally murder the skinwalker. I will curb stomp it. I will put on very big boots with spikes on it, and I will brutally murder it. Excellent. It will be on live leak.
Yeah,
we're gonna film it, and then I would. Is this another picture? We need a more photogenic picture of the lizard. I mean,
I like this one where he's like crip walking or something. That's kind of cool.
I like that these last 2, the Wampus cat and the lizard man, are both very theatrical cryptids. I like that. I would marry.
I want to have dinner parties.
That's right. Right. I want to have burlesque shows with the Wampus cat. Hey,
marry the Wampus cat.
I think I would marry the Wampus cat. I think we'd have a lot of fun
marry
together.
The Wampus cat. Okay.
I think we would have like fun bits. The little jazz hands. I think it's cute and fun. Yeah. And I would fuck the lizard man. I think I would just a one night stand with the lizard man. Maybe have an open relationship with the Wampus cat. I think it'd be open to polyamory, and I can see the lizard man. When Chrissy needs just a good lizard man dickin'.
Yeah, do that.
This has been very fun. I'm enjoying this segment.
Yeah, I like that all of the cryptids were either like completely asexual or men.
Hey, what can I say? They all seem to swing one way. I don't know.
We need to break the glass ceiling on cryptids. All right, ladies, we're advocating for you. All right, we will get more female cryptids.
More female cryptids. We need it. How about Moth Woman?
Right,
she's wearing a dress.
This I feel sympathetic for because like it's not like there's just a list you can sign up for to be a cryptid. It's not like all these ladies like, oh, I want to be a cryptid so bad. It's like, well, there's not a list for you to sign up. If there's a list, sign up.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of, I almost signed up to be a fucking champion of the ACLU earlier today.
But you already,
we talked about this already.
Are you doing a bit?
Oh, fuck, you're right. Yeah, you're sorry. It's been 48 minutes. I forgot. I thought I was trying to think of other stuff to talk about for the last 12 minutes.
Do you have like a list of pod topics and it's almost joined the ACLU? Is that
there was other stuff, but I was like, what was the other things I wanted to talk about? Because I was like, every time I'm like, I feel like there's fun stuff I can talk about, and then I forget about it. Well, because I turn off the Wi-Fi on my phone, otherwise my fucking connection just plummets. So I just don't have my phone on this whole time.
Well, so I'm looking at my list. I had Chicago.
Okay, nice.
I was in Chicago. I also talked about that earlier. Saw my boys. They were in town for a Magic the Gathering convention.
That fucking
cool.
sucks so much.
Okay, Chris, this needs to be the last topic for the podcast. Tell us about your Magic the Gathering journey.
So I didn't go. I didn't go to the Magic the Gathering convention.
No, just the history you've got here.
Oh,
because you've been up and down through Magic.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, I got very into it for about 2 weeks, and then I sold my cards. Actually, a guy came to our garage sale, sold them for like $500.
You fleeced them,
which is pretty cool. Do you think so?
Yeah.
You think I fleeced them?
Well, you told them they're worth this much, and then you went home and it was like,
okay.
I looked it up, they're worth a fraction of that.
I didn't tell him. Okay, so what I did was, there's an app where you can just like hold your phone over the cards, and it'll basically like compile every card in your collection, and it'll give you a dollar value of what the cards are worth. But the thing is a lot of these cards, there's like 10 different versions of each card. So the app assumed that I had like the most valuable version of the card, which I absolutely did not have. But I really didn't know that until like after the fact. I don't know anything about Magic the Gathering. So what I did was I just showed the guy the dollar amount that it was worth, and the app said it was worth like $5,000. So I was like, okay, like here's the collection. Like take your time, look at it. Well, because there's like certain cards that like it'll be like a serial number. It'll be like 05 out of like 60. So that like makes it, that's like a very rare card. Whereas the other ones, it's just like a standard release. They're not like serialized, or they're not like shiny. There's like foils, so they'll be like super shiny.
But the ceiling is, you just because of that, you can have a card that's worth $5,000.
Well, the total collection was worth $5,000. So probably like the most expensive one. There's like one card worth like $1,000 apparently, but I don't think it is. So I just showed the guy the amount. And I was just like, this is it. Like, could you do like $600? And he's like, I have $500 at home. I'm like, all right, yeah. Go home and get it.
It's gonna buy heroin with that money.
He did. Yeah, he is gonna buy heroin.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy how much money these cards are worth.
$2.64 million.
Black Lotus.
Just get pussy. Just try it just once. What the fuck?
Well,
I mean, this is basically printing money. Like you're printing money when you make these.
But it shouldn't be. It's because you make cards, and then a bunch of balding people who aren't handling it well they just implode, and this is a crazy amount of money.
Yeah, I mean, and they're yeah. I mean, people really like the game. I mean, I get like it was fun for a little bit.
I like games. I like games too. I like Call of Duty. I'm not going to pay fucking $600,000 for a scratched copy of Call of Duty or whatever the equivalent would be.
I went to like my buddy's house, and like his roommate was there. He's like, "Oh, well, like what are you guys doing in Chicago?" And I was like, "Oh, they're going to a Magic convention." And he thought that I meant like close up Magic, and I don't know which one's more embarrassing.
No, close up Magic would have been better if I'm being completely honest.
I think you're right. I think it would have been better.
Well, it was funny because you can play Magic on the computer too, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So there's like a main comedian who was lying about playing Magic on the computer with you, and I just thought it was very funny because he like, I think he was just trying to make conversation. He comes up and he's like, "Oh yeah, like I play Magic on the computer with your brother, like, you know," or no, he was like, "I go on Magic on the computer and I see your brother's on there every day." And I was like, Chris hasn't played Magic on the computer in months. He's like, "No, he's on there every day." And I was like, I don't think he is. And then I talked to you about it, and you're like, "I haven't played in 6 months." And I was like, why? It's just such a weird thing to lie about, you know?
Right. Well, no, I think he probably saw me on, like, he's probably been on and saw me on there like probably twice, and he's like, "Oh, he's on every day." You know what I mean?
Well, like, I mean, if you're drunk all the time, that would check out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
my bad. We got a little bit of.
It's I've gone to a couple different like sessions of playing Magic the Gathering with other people, and it's just like one of the most surreal, bizarre experiences. Like, for interacting with humans, so strange. It's such a strange time. Because you either get like people who are fun, or you get people who like get mad when you don't turn the card a specific way.
Right. Yeah, they get really aggressive about it.
If you play well against them, they get pissed. It's like, dude, I'm not trying to ruin your whole day.
Yeah,
I'm just playing a card game.
Oh, this is their whole month. This is this is everything.
It's really important.
Yeah,
but hey, I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum. Have fun. It's all good.
I have a few yums that I could yuck. I would say furries. Knock it off.
Oh man, I apparently really pissed off a comic with the furries thing. I was like making fun of furries, and he's like literally a furry, and then he's like, but I appreciate it because he's like doubling down. It's like, no, I'm gonna wear my furry costume every time. Like he's just gonna like double down and like, you know what? I respect that. Like if you're gonna get mad, just lean into it. Just I'm a furry. This is me.
I mean, because that's definitely a thing where it's like if you're someone who doesn't respect smelly people who buy thousands of dollars worth in furry costumes and then wear them, definitely wearing it to an open mic will make you respect them. That's what I was thinking, is that if they could just see the suit that you spent so much money on in your persona, they would absolutely respect you and not just think that you're a fucking moron. Definitely. Yeah. No, the issue is that I haven't seen the suit. That's why I don't respect you as a person. Is that
I kind of do. I kind of do respect them for wearing the suit. It's like, really? I'm just gonna wear it.
But they were already wearing the suit. That's all. They were already wearing it. Now they're like, "Oh, you don't respect me? I'm going to wear it to the open mic. Then you'll respect me."
I think he was just wearing the ears. I think he was just wearing the ears, and then
so he's not going to wear the full thing.
Yeah, he was half-assing it a little bit, I think.
Well, I don't know. Like, if anything, it's just because I don't know. Like, I watch anime. If someone was like, "I think anime is stupid," I'd be like, "Yeah, all right." I wouldn't be like, I'm going to show up back here in fucking face paint and a costume and be like, then you'll respect me. Then you won't think I'm fucking weird.
Like I'm in an anime every day. I'm going to act like I'm going to Naruto run everywhere I go.
Oh, you don't like anime? What if I pop a blood vessel in my head screaming at you in Japanese?
What if my entire set is just reading the script of my favorite anime episode?
Yeah. You know what? I don't know the name of who you're talking about, but I'll tell you right now, you're a fucking idiot.
Listener of the pod, thank you for listening.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. Fuck you. I'm going to
Well, I think that about does it for this episode of Confidently Wrong. I'm Chris Nugath.
I'm Pat Nugath.
And we love you.
We love
Goodbye.
You.
You want to do the thing?
Yeah, I don't have it. Confidently Wrong is a Barn Boys Media podcast. Donate to the Patreon if you'd like to donate. Hosted by Chris and Pat Nugath. Produced by the beautiful Garrett Morris. New episodes out every Wednesday. Enjoy your lives. Love you.